Hi, it's Don Sanders, and Tiffany from Distributor Central and myself want to thank you for turning out today for Control Your Customers in 2022. And I think the biggest mistake that distributors make is they let their customers control them. And the way that I've been able to sell promotional products successfully is I control my customers. That means I tell them what to do, when to do it, when to pay me, et cetera, et cetera. And a lot of distributors will think, well, good grief, Don, where do you find those kind of people? Well, you have to find them, but they're there, but you can if you do the right thing. So I'm going to try and tell you during the webinar exactly how to control your customers. And I'd like for you to look at all the suppliers on the screen right now. Not one of those is a bad supplier. They are all top line suppliers that I have given orders to for years, and they will never, and I mean never, let you down. And the thing that I don't think people really realize right now is we live in a limited choice economy. It's kind of like you buy what you can get. You don't buy what's around, you buy what you can get. And I just learned this recently doing a bag order for a supplier and a mug order. I didn't get the bags I originally ordered. I did not get the mugs I originally ordered. I had to go to alternative products, but because I control that customer pretty well, I just told them this is what we've got to get. So product choices and delivery dates are limited, so you've got to teach your customers how to react. And a couple of really great suppliers on the screen right now are Innovation Line, who I would recommend highly, and Trainter Graphics, a hospitality company that I gave my second order to way back in 1986. Now, you control your customers by selling products that perform. That creates control. Selling junky products loses clients instead of creating them, and a lot of distributors don't understand this. And let me give you an example. I talked about Innovation Line. They have badge reels. Well, there's several suppliers that offer badge reels, but badge reels are notorious for breaking. That means they'll work a little bit and then they just quit. Innovation Lines will not break. So if you want to control your customers, and I'm using this as a product option, the way to do that is to sell products that work. Innovation Line badge reels work. A lot of suppliers do not. I know this is kind of a simplistic approach, but that is the absolute truth. And Chris at innovation-line.com, I know Chris Hodge so well, he would be happy to send you badge reel samples. Now, everybody knows what control means, or at least I think they do. So I looked up the Webster's dictionary to find out exactly what control was meant. There it is at the top of the screen. And I control my customers by telling them what to buy, when to place their orders. I tell them to pay on time, to return calls and texts, respond to my emails, and not shop around on me. That is how I control my customers. And I want you to look on that screen right now for that Bensel Smash Light. I'm going to talk to you about that a little bit in a minute. I found that product at the PPAI show in Las Vegas. That's the neatest little flat flashlight you've ever seen in your life. And if you'd like to have a sample of that, I'm going to tell you how to get that later. But if you're not telling your customers the things that I told you to do, you are not controlling your customers. Now, Tiffany is here. There is her beautiful picture, and there's some of the things that Distributor Central does. And I want her to just introduce herself to you, and then she's going to be back in a little while and give you a real nice little session on how Distributor Central can improve your business. Are you there, Tiffany?
I am. Thanks so much, Don. Good morning, everyone. Just kind of in line with what Don was talking about, some of the challenges that I've heard from distributors recently is they want to make sure that they're presenting products to their customer that are in stock and available. So here in a little bit, I'm going to show you some new tools that Distributor Central's built in to the search results and that are also available for your website as well, so that you can, in one search, find out get suppliers live inventory without having to leave the search result and go to maybe a website and figure out another way to log in. So I'm going to show you how you can use your Distributor Central account to make sure that the products that you're presenting are in fact in stock and available, and without having to spend any more time going and going to another site or trying to call the supplier and figure out what they thought internally. So we're going to talk a little bit about that, and then how to, if you wanted to use that same kind of a tool on your website, how you can do that as well.
Okay. Well, I think that's great advice. I think too many distributors spend time looking for products, and they're forced to do that because of what's going on in the economy. But I would rather spend time looking for customers than having to look for products. And I think Distributor Central gives you a real good place to go and find those products and cut down on the time you do your searching. Now, I want to tell you about how I learned to control my customers. There's my father on the right, and the guy on the left in the hat, he was head of the Fort Worth Water Department. My father sold Caterpillar road machinery for 30 years, from 1950 to 1980, and he controlled his customers. Caterpillar tractors were the best. They were not cheap. They did not cut their prices. If you wanted to buy a piece of Cat equipment, you had to pay what they asked. John Deere, Komatsu, there were competitors that would sell for less. They would cut their prices. People would come to my father and say, Rex, you know, we want a Cat. Can you do it for this? He would tell them, nope, buzz off. I'm not going to do it. City of Fort Worth had to take bids, but the city of Fort Worth had the greatest concentration of Caterpillar equipment of any city in America. And the way they did that is my father told them how to bid to where only one bid would be opened when they opened bids every Tuesday down at the city. So if they were looking for a motor grader, which is up there on the screen, my dad would always get the job because the only tractor companies that could bid on them were the one that had painted a certain PMS color, yellow. So the only bid opened was Caterpillar. That is how my father got those jobs and sold the city of Fort Worth. So selling promo is no different. Figure out a way to control your customers where you get all of their business. The deal that my dad did with the city of Fort Worth in the long run was good for them because Caterpillar equipment lasted 40% longer than cheaper equipment. That is how the city of Fort Worth justified doing that. But that is how you control your customers, when you tell them that you're the only one they can buy from. Now, let's start out by initiating control by telling prospects what you do and telling them what you do correctly. Too many distributors are out here saying, I offer the cheapest prices around. I sell thousands of products. I give you a discount on the first order. Offer free samples. Never offer these horrid statements to anyone when you tell them what you do. If you start selling people cheap, you'll never get them back. If you're giving them discounts on the first order, they're going to want discounts on the second order. If you offer them free samples all the time, that's all they're going to want is free samples. So tell them that you own a marketing company. This is what I do. I tell them that I create artwork. I know how to do safety programs. I know how to cut workman's compensation claims. I know how to do online marketing. I know how to design brochures. I sell promotional products. That's one thing I do. Even though 80% of my business is selling promotional products, I want people to know that I do more than push products. That is how I start control, by telling people what I do. And down at the bottom left part of the screen, you see the Snugsy USA and Sweeta logos together. Well, if you don't know, Sweeta has been bought out by Snugs. Snugs is a great supplier. So Snugs will eventually end up doing all of Sweeta's orders. This is just a great thing because those are two great suppliers. And there is that Trainer Graphics free screen charge that was on the screen again. Now, most distributors sell every one, and that is a mistake. You obtain control by selling quality clients who remain loyal. And the problem that a lot of distributors make, instead of trying to figure that out, they're out here crying for help on these chat sites, and all they do is bash suppliers and feel sorry for themselves. And I'm going to give you an alternative to doing that in the next slide. But first, look at the Boxcar custom packaging. If you're looking for custom packaging for products, Snugsy, who I just talked to you about buying out or becoming affiliated with Sweeta, they do Boxcar packaging, and you can find that on Snug's website if you're needing custom packaging, which is becoming more popular every day. Now, David Blaze, who I talk about in all of my webinars, he does training like I do, but he has some programs that I do not offer. So that's the reason that I discuss what he has. He and I have built a new promo sales training page. And on our page, there's no supplier bashing. I'm the one that approves the members. And so if you're one of these people that's been bashing suppliers or feeling sorry for yourself, don't join our page. But if you want to learn how to sell, make money, be happy, and do what you need to do through trying times, send me an email, don@sellpromoproducts.com. I'll send you an invite and you can become part of our page and you can start learning how to sell more faster. Now, effective presentations create control. A lot of distributors don't know how to stay in control. There's an air conditioning or a heating gosh, I can't think what we call it, the control on the wall up there at the right. You set that to control the temperature in the house. You control the temperature in your house, so you should be able to control your customers. And presentations that are done right do that. You've got to anticipate feedback first. What are they going to come back and say? You've got to include case studies. Tell people how things have worked for you with other customers in the past. Be an active listener. Listen to what they say so you know how to respond. Assure value. Lay out a product solution cost and show how that fits their needs, and follow up. A lot of distributors don't follow up enough. And if you don't follow up in today's world, you are going to be lost. There's that great smash light on the screen right there from Bensel again, but that's a $25 off an order coupon from Bensel for any order, even including smash lights. And there are a motorcycle kickstand pad offer from Burlingame, a great American-made supplier. I pitch these suppliers, but I'm telling you about ones that will always treat you correctly. Now, controllable customers for me have originated from friends and referrals. I don't do street selling. I just don't walk around calling on people aimlessly. I find the large customers that I've had all of my life from friends and referrals. The Bombay Company, which is one of my largest accounts for 13 years, they bought almost $1 million worth of stuff from me. I met them because the buyer was the wife of a friend of mine. La Madeleine was a French bakery here in Dallas that went from one location to 78. I met that contact, girlfriend of a friend. The rest of them, the only one that says is not some kind of referral or schoolmate was Baylor Home Care. But I met the buyer at a chamber function from a friend of mine that was with her at that function. Those are 7 of the biggest accounts I've ever had. They're not from street selling. They are referrals originated from friends and people that I knew. And in case you don't know about it, Southern Plus, I love Southern Plus. They're a great supplier. They have a new line of sit and snip ceramic drinkware. So if you're looking for high quality drinkware, that's a good supplier to go to. And talking about Southern Plus, you've got to control customers by handling price objections. Every day people call me and say, Don, you know what? I've got somebody who wants to buy some umbrellas. I've priced them at 10, but so-and-so is going to sell them at 8. What's up with that? Well, the thing that that person is not telling the person that they are bidding with is that those umbrellas are not good quality, the cheaper ones. People don't know that there's 78 working parts in an umbrella. Clients don't know that chairs break. Clients don't know that handles break. So tell your clients when they say, well, I can buy it cheaper, you say, well, do you want the bag to break? Of course, they're going to say no. Do you want the umbrella to blow back? Well, no. Do you want the chair to break? Well, no. That is how you start beating people that try and outsell you on price. I know Brandon Craig so well with Southern Plus. You can email him. There's his email at the bottom of the screen. He will do a 20 to 25-minute sessions for you about the quality of Southern Plus products and how you can handle price objections. So stop losing orders because you don't know about products. Your customers don't know about these differences, so tell them. Another way to control sales is by qualifying people up front. I do this by answering questions with questions. I just ask them. I don't work on an order until they tell me what they want to pay, when they need it, and the quality they want. Do they want a breakable umbrella? Do they want a bag that the handle falls off of? Of course, they're going to say no. That gives me the chance to upsell them and justify my price. And a lot of distributors work on orders without knowing these things. They just aimlessly fly off and give prices without qualifying up front. And I love Quickie. Quickie has been in business since 1946. They're in Akron, Ohio. They make the finest key tags, luggage tags, etc. And there are some key tags that they have on the screen right now. I cannot say enough about how Quickie will treat you as a customer. Now, I control customers by testing them. That means if somebody hasn't called me back for a while, let's say I've emailed or texted or called them 3 or 4 times and they have not gotten back with me, well, I either want to know if they've gone away or if they're still a buyer. So I flush them out by sending them a message just like that. I use this by voicemail. I don't text this or email it. I wait till I know that I can leave a message on their cell phone, like when I think they're not in the office, or maybe like on a Saturday or Sunday, and I will leave that message you're seeing right there on the screen, and their response or lack of response tells me what I need to know. This process works. I'll take 10 people that haven't called me back. I guarantee if I leave that message within a week, 4 of them will call me back and say, "Oh, Don, no, we just haven't needed anything, but I do need some t-shirts coming up." But if the 6 that didn't call me back after I left that message, I blow them off and I move on to another prospect. And there's a Burlacamp free money coupon. Burlacamp also does plaques. Ken Burlacamp owns that supplier there in Ohio. They are American made. They are high quality. I recommend them. So control your customers by testing them. Don't let them push you around. And control comes from selling quality products. And I'm going to give you 2 examples on the screen right now. These little knuckle buckles, these things that help you hold your phone, they are everywhere in the industry, but about half of them will break the first time you use them. Cloth Promotions, who I've dealt with forever, they have quality knuckle buckle samples that don't break. So if you go price somebody, let's say 500 at 460, and they say, "Well, no, I can get them for 350 from so-and-so." Say, "Well, do theirs break?" Well, they're going to say, "Well, I don't know that." Say, "Well, I'd find that out first before I place that order." So if you want quality, you've got to do that. Quality will create control from you. And it's just like bottled water. I pitch Alexa Springs in these webinars because people don't know that there's a difference in bottled water. Some bottled water is 5 or 10 cents a bottle cheaper than what Alexa Springs offers. But Alexa Springs is natural spring water that comes out of the ground and then is filtered. 80% of these suppliers in the industry are selling you water that was sewer water. It came from a municipal water source. That means it was sewer water. It's filtered, but it is not as good as Alexa Springs. So if somebody comes along and says, "Oh, Don, I can get bottled water cheaper," you say, "Well, do you want them to drink? You want your customers drinking sewer water?" They'll say, "Well, what the heck do you mean?" And you tell them that story, and they'll go, "Oh, I never knew that." There is a difference in all of these products and quality. And on the screen right now is a Cloth Promotions coupon, and skip a column coupon from Alexa Springs. You can email Brian at alexasprings.com and say, "Don told me to contact you. I need some samples of bottled water." And he will tell you in detail how to sell bottled water to these cheap buyers. You can also control customers by making them money. I talk about mat rentals in all my webinars because people don't know about the mat rental business. Buying mats saves big money. I have gotten several customers to buy mats from me who were paying like $35 or $40 a month for mat rentals. Those mats that are rented by those companies are flimsy. They're supposed to come out and clean them. They're supposed to come and change them. They don't do that. You can buy a very nice water hog mat from Logo Mats for $300. That thing will last for 3 or 4 years. You point that out to your customers that buying mats saves them money. That is creating control. And the two images on the left and the right, I post those images on my Facebook and LinkedIn accounts. And I have gotten orders by telling people dirty facts about mats. Do you know what mats actually do? Well, they keep germs out of buildings. And that is so important just from an aspect of being clean. So, dirty facts are something that customers need to know. Now, I magnify my touches. That's where I get referrals. I send everybody thank you notes. I send them pictures of me. I send them just pictures of my dogs. I stay in touch with my prospects and my customers. And one of my business cards I have are seed paper business cards from Gympire. Harvey Mackler is a great supplier. He owns Gympire, and they do all kinds of seed paper products. They do coasters, they do seed paper sticks, they do bookmarks, etc. But what I do is I buy thank you note cards from him. People don't know that Gympire has a whole line of greeting cards and thank you cards. So thank your customers. And if you really want to be cool, take these seed paper products, have your logo imprinted on them, stick it inside the thank you card, write a note in the thank you card. When the customer opens it, they get the nice note from you, and then out falls of the card your seed paper business card or your coaster with your logo, etc., etc. That's a great way to get referrals. Now, here are some of the cards that Gympire has. They're just a whole selection of them, but you can add variable data to cards. That means each card has that person's name on it. Individual names on cards. We're trying to make this more sophisticated by calling it variable data, but I used to call this personalization, but each card can have your customer's name on it. So if you'd like to have samples of cards, it's Harvey@gympire.com. I will vouch for Harvey. He is a great guy, and he will never, ever let you down. And I'm back to Quickie now. They have client solution selling sheets. So if you've got education customers, they will send you sheets, or they will send you the template where you can download and print those sheets, and you could send those to schools. You could send those to any education buyer. They've got numerous markets of Quickie solution selling sheets. All you have to do is email Nikki Ahern. There is her email on the screen, cr208@quickie.com. She'll do virtual storyboards for you at absolutely no cost. She'll do specs available on all their products, and she'll do a little brief Zoom session on their product line. They're American made, family owned, and they do not mess around. And they're also in Akron, Ohio. So that is a supplier that I would stake my reputation on. But these solution selling sheets are a great way to make yourself stand out. Another way to control your customers is sell for suppliers who are not waiting on inventory. I get all kinds of people that email me and say, Don, you know what? So-and-so is supposed to get their bag shipment in and they haven't come in. I need bags. What am I going to do? Well, the first thing as I do is I don't sell orders right now for suppliers that are waiting on inventory. I'm trying to sell for suppliers who do not have product shortage. That would be like Quickie. That would be like Burlingame. That would be like American-made cutlery. I first learned about this supplier at an EME meeting 3 years ago, and Dan, the guy I deal with, Dan Kielman I deal with, he gave me the nicest set of knives as a thank you gift for listening to his presentation. I've still got those knives. If you want a quality product that you can give to customers or sell to customers they'll be proud of, knives are it. People just don't think about selling knives, but think about it. Knives are used constantly and they're seen all the time. People enjoy them because a quality knife is easier to use than some cheap one that doesn't cut anything. Again, these are USA made. They are in stock and they are appreciated by people. This is a great realtor gift. You can sell these with the realtor logo etched onto the blade. The realtor leaves this in an open after the owner has closed on the house with a thank you note. I know a lot of realtors leave a bottle of wine, but I think that's so cheesy because the bottle of wine goes together. When I bought my house here 10 years ago, I got a bottle of wine. Well, that bottle of wine was gone in 10 minutes. but those knives, I would have had them still today. And American Made Cutlery will help you because they have buyer's guides. It'll tell prospects why they should buy cutlery and the advantages of doing so. And if you'd like to have some buyer's guides, catalogs, or find out about knife samples, D. Keelman at AmericanMadeCutlery.com. This is an American-made company that'll sell you a product that your customers will be proud to give. Now we're going to talk about bottled water. People say, well, you know, Don, I need a product that's in stock. Well, I just told you that's what you needed. Well, bottled water is in stock because bottled water comes out of the ground at Mount Ida, Arkansas. That's where Alexis Springs' big bottled water plant is, but they also have one in Oregon. They're buying one in North Carolina, but they have 2, 4, 6, 7 distribution centers. So you can sell Alexis Springs bottled water no matter where you are in the country. And a lot of bottled water suppliers, they don't tell you about hidden shipping charges. You'll see in their catalog that the flat rate is $200. Let's say it's $100 per pallet. Then it has a zone charge. If you're in zone 1, add $30. Zone 2, add $80. Alexis Springs does not mislead you like that. I didn't learn this till I went to the ASI Fort Worth show 3 weeks ago. I knew they had upcharges, but I did not know exactly how they did it. So Alexis Springs will shoot you straight, and they don't have any hidden charges. And they also have a great self-promotion offer. I've got bottles of water with my logo on it with my shoes, and you can email Brian at alexissprings.com. He'll talk to you about their self-promotion offer that they have going right now. Some places to sell bottled water are vehicle dealers, car washes, auto repair, detail shops. They leave that bottled water in the cup holders. Easy, convenient place to leave it. And you can also use bottled water as a business card, like Lynch Toyota up there. They also have where you can get bottled water with your logo on it and use it as a business card. Auto-related markets average 2 pallets of bottled water a month. That's a nice residual income. Skip a Collin pricing from Alexis Springs. I cannot say enough good about them. They're located here, and their water is the best tasting in the industry. And this is something that people don't know. Bottled water is needed desperately by golf courses. Golf courses took the water stations away when COVID started. A lot of golf courses had big water tanks with cups that you would get in between holes. Well, they've taken those away. Municipal courses and country clubs have taken them away. So bottled water needs to be purchased by municipal golf courses, country clubs more than ever. There's Alexis Springs catalog sheet on the screen right now. There's a couple of bottled water labels you can see, and courses need bottled water more than ever. Brian at alexissprings.com. Now, I'm sorry about going on with the bottled water so much, but I get wound up about that because distributors don't know these differences, and that's how they lose orders. Now, here's our Bensel Smash Light, C. Madlock. It's Carla Madlock, but C. Madlock at Bensel.com. She will send you a free sample of a Smash Light. This is a flat light, and you push the top like right by the light, and it comes on, and it is so strong. The LED light in it is so strong you can just see forever. This is a great product to be good for any business. Like, how about buying some knives from a homeowner, or a realtor buys knives from a homeowner and gives them a set of knives in the kitchen, and then a couple of these Smash Lights, one in the bedroom, one in the living room with other thank you notes. Great product to show people. See Madlock at Bensel.com. Now, I'm going to have Tiffany come back now. She's sit here patiently waiting for me to get to this point. She's going to change her screen, the screen to hers, and she's going to do a brief presentation for you and show you some actual selling tools from Distributor Central.
Thanks so much, Don. I think everyone should be able to see my screen right now. So some of the things that that Don was just talking about, and some of the things I've just been hearing from distributors recently is wanting to make sure that they're presenting products to their customers that are available and in stock. And if you're not familiar with Promo Standards, Distributor Central just has a really heavy integration with Promo Standards, which is the industry's just technology, just the technology standards for the industry. And because of that, we have a deep integration with several suppliers, and suppliers that do have their inventory through Promo Standards is pulling in through Distributor Central as well. So if I were really a distributor and I was going to go look for a product and I'm doing a really basic search for just a tumbler, one of the new search filters that you'll notice inside of your search criteria is has live inventory. So this will allow me to look at the suppliers that have live inventory right now. It'll also allow me to see how much of each color that they have in inventory. And I can do that with not having to log in or remember. I never remember my passwords, and if it doesn't have my face recognition, I'm just not getting in. So without having to go to a different website or go to the supplier's website and log in with a different username and password, I can know with confidence that right now Southern Plus has got 4,100 of the black frost, or if I wanted to know how much they've got in the frosted blue, they've got almost a little over 3,000. So but I might not want to present the gray one because they've only got 6 right now in stock. So I might want to reach out and see when they were getting more gray, or maybe just not present that one at all. But now I can, without having to go to a different place, waste 10 more minutes of time, within your Distributor Central search criteria, you can view live inventory from suppliers that have inventory feeds. And there's more and more suppliers that are putting those in there. But there's, in this particular search, I'm able to look through 1,800 or so tumblers that I know with confidence that I can see how much inventory there is in place. So that is a relatively new search filter within your Distributor Central search results, just to make looking for products faster and more streamlined, so that the presentation process is more streamlined. You can also turn that filter on if you wanted your website to also have that filter. We've left that decision to you as a distributor. So it is a feature that you can turn on if you wanted your website, anybody who's coming to your website, so your customers, to also look for product that does have inventory available. And some of the other things that Dawn was sharing was just being able to target your customer and meet them where they are and find the right type of customer and not sell to everyone. And again, within your account, you can create as many company stores or pop-up sites as you want within your Distributor Central account. And I know it's getting to be spring. If you wanted to start doing a golf pop-up shop or a golf idea website page, these are all things that you can do within your account to start targeting customers in a really focused manner and not giving them too many options. And also, if you're working with preferred vendors, or you're only working with some of the vendors that Dawn's presenting today, you can also, through your search collections, filter your website down to just those vendors, so that your customers aren't seeing 500,000 pens and then they just get confused. They're seeing the pens that you know that you want to buy from your favorite suppliers, because you know those suppliers are going to do a really good job. So those are all things that you just keep in mind with Distributor Central. You can now search by live inventory. You can make that feature available on your website if you wanted it to be. And then also, spring pop-up shops are really popular, and we're seeing a lot of distributors start to build those and start to send email marketing pieces to their customers, reminding them or starting to talk with them about what they're doing for events in the spring. That's really all I had today, Dawn.
Well, Tiffany, you did a wonderful job. That I think the thing that's the key about it is selling products that people could get, because I think one of the worst mistakes you can make is making a sale and you can't get the order done.
Yeah, don't tease a customer that they can't, and that product not be available.
Correct. It's an ugly situation. Do you have any? Do you ever have any more insightful things?
No, just if anybody has questions or just wants more information for Distributor Central, again, it's a completely free system for you as a distributor. The research, the hosting, you can incorporate your payment gateways, and there's just not anything that you would, as a distributor, would be responsible for to pay for. Everything we do is sponsored by suppliers that are listing their products in the system.
Yes, this is a very good feature.
Yep. Thanks so much.
You're more than welcome. Can we go back to my
Yeah,
screen?
let me flip back.
All
There
right.
you go.
Well, I've known Tiffany for a very long time, and she is very sharp, and she knows what she's doing on this kind of stuff more than anybody. And I am pretty good at this stuff, but I am nowhere like the knowledge that she has. So if you're searching for a website provider or you want to upgrade to a better search engine, I think Distributor Central would be a more than excellent uh, choice for you. Now, I want to talk about stickers. I work with Sticker U. They're out of Canada, and they will do one sticker. You don't have to buy 5,000 stickers. You can buy a one sticker, and a lot of distributors don't know this, but one of the stickers that they offer, a brand new one, is a Kiss Cut sticker, and that means that the sticker is in the center portion of, I don't know what we would call this, of the paper, and then they imprint on the borders around where the sticker is. So like the heartbeat, the pulse of innovation, you can see that straight line type, and that remains on the sticker after they take off the sticker. But the point of this being is you can have a dual message. You can get more imprint for more attention when you first give it to a prospect. And if you would like to have samples of Kiss Cut stickers or a sticker catalog, you can email StickerU at promo@stickeru.com. And they also do transfers. They do any kind of decal. They do floor decals. They can help you, and you only have to buy one. Now, Tiffany had talked to you about specific websites, and they offer several specialty sites beyond the one that she talked about. And there's like 8 or 10 of these that you can build based on hygiene and safety, delivery and curbside pickup, et cetera, et cetera. And let's say you had a delivery and curbside pickup site that was just for people that were, or bars or restaurants that were selling food or selling drinks. You could build that site with just those items that would be needed for them. And one of the coolest items for delivery and curbside pickup would be rain ponchos from Southern Plus, because all delivery drivers who drive, when it gets to be in the spring here, it's going to rain more. The restaurant or bar could buy the ponchos, and when someone comes in to pick up an order, they could give them the poncho with that restaurant or bar's name on it. And I guarantee you, the first time it rains, they'll wear that poncho when they go make deliveries. And all that's doing is advertising the bar or restaurant that gave them that poncho. Now, that's kind of a thinking out of a box theory, but that's a product like you could put them, sell to people that you're already doing business with. I do business with everybody that I give money to, like my vet, the pizza place I go buys magnets from me. There's a steakhouse down here that I'm fixing to get an order for doormats from. If you'll think out of the box on these sites, I think you can come up with some real good orders. So if you'd like to have a poncho sample, it's order entry at southernplus.com. It's just a little idea that I came up with that I thought maybe you had not thought about previously. Here's another site that I think is really important. I've talked about this in the last 4 or 5 webinars, are guaranteed shipment sites. So somebody calls and wants to buy, says, Don, I need something. You know, I don't want to mess around here. What do you got that you can deliver? Well, you can put products that are currently in stock, like Tiffany showed you about the different inventories. Well, I wouldn't include the inventories on this site right here, but what I would do is I would look at Distributor Central, find out who had inventories, and I would build my sites based on those products alone. And I, like on my site, I put all products ship when needed. You can just say, you know, we guarantee everything we do that's sold off of this site. And down there at the bottom is a $5 off coupon for orders that you can enter through Distributor Central. There's several suppliers that offer that, and it'll give you a nice little $5 spiff. Like Innovation Line, I talked to you about badge reels. You can go to their site. They've got 100 products that are available on one-day service. You can include all 100 of Innovation Line's products on your guaranteed shipment site, because Innovation Line will deliver. They're not going to let you down. That's just a supplier that I'm recommending to use on guaranteed shipment. Now, Snug Z is about as sharp as it gets. They've come out with augmented augmented reality selling. Now, what this does is they have products on their site with the QR code. You point your phone at that QR code on that site, and up pops an augmented reality presentation. That means that you'll have an instant virtual sample, and that means it'll pop up on your phone, on your computer. And instead of sending web images with cheesy little photoshopped um, logos, this is actually a live logo that shows up. Now, this is about as much as I know about it. I don't want to mislead you, but go to snugzusa.com if you want augmented reality. This will be the next level of selling. And the attributes of it is it's differentiator in a crowded space. That means that makes you stand out from other distributors. You can add to Zoom meetings. You can make instant virtual samples. You'll be on trend with customers because you're showing them that you really know what you're doing. You don't need to have an app. It's easy to do. Go to snugzusa.com and look at this augmented reality experience they have. This is so brand new. That's about what I know about it. So go check it out if you want to be ahead of the curve. Now, program selling creates customers. I talk about Edwards in all my webinars. Edwards is a great wearables and uniform company. They were founded in 1867, so they might be the oldest supplier in this industry. They were around when Fruit of the Loom, Star of Fruit of the Loom was 1851, and it was Edwards, and it was Levi's, and Hanes is 1901, Columbia is 1938. Well, Edwards is before all of them. Brett Guerin is my friend. He can show you how to sell uniform programs, and that will teach you how to control your customers. Now, Edwards also does custom clothing and their uniform programs, which I'm telling you will control customers. You get people to buying from you and they reorder on these, they're not going any place else. And I talked to Brett 2 days ago, and he told me, Don, you're not pitching this right. You're not controlling your customers. What you're trying to do is teach people how to own their customers. And you own your customers, that means they don't buy from anybody else. That's because they buy from you because you know about augmented reality, you know about what is available, you know you can deliver, and that's how you own your customers. I think, in fact, I want to do a webinar that says how to own your customers. But Edwards is a great company. And there's a custom design at the bottom right there for Dunkin' Donuts. I really think those are sharp, sharp jackets. And let's say you were calling on hotels. They have a whole line of uniforms just for housekeeping. There are numerous departments in hotels, resorts that need uniforms. So you can email bguerin@edwardsgarment.com, and he can help you learn how to sell uniform programs. Here's a whole group of workers at an Arcadia Hotel and Resort, from suits to shorts for valet parkers. If you're not selling uniform programs, you're behind the curve. So email Brett. I'll have his email at the end of the presentation too. He can show you how to really ramp up your sales. Now, another program selling is name badges. Back in the day, I did name badges for the 5 largest hospitals in Dallas and Fort Worth. These were 3,000 piece orders, and I would get them every 3 months. So I was doing 5 or 6 big hospitals. Let's say I was doing 6. That means they were ordering every 3 months. That means I was getting orders from 2 of them every month. And these were 3,000 piece orders. I was making $1 a badge. So I was making $6,000 a month just off of selling name badges. This is the way you've got to look at this to control your customers, is to sell them products that you can control them with. ID Line also has a badge release program where you pay for the badges up front, you bill the customer, and then they have a URL that they go to and they order 1 badge at a time with someone's name on it, and you don't even have to fool with it from that point. And ID Line is a great supplier. They're up in Minnesota, another American-made, family-owned supplier, the ones I like to deal with. Janders at idline.com if you'd like to have a name badge sample kit. There's a free screen on the chart, free screen charge on the screen right now. But people don't know that ID Line also makes buttons, they make mouse pads, they make paper coasters, they make all kinds of really cool products for your customers, and they will never let you down. Now, one of the best business cards I've ever had in my life have been my lens cleaning cloths from Cloth Promotions. These would go nicely in those cards I talked to you about, Gempire for Harvey Mackler, with his cards with a lens cleaning cloth inside the card that falls out when somebody opens it up. And here are my actual cards on this, the one I'm using right now. At the left, there it is unfolded, and there it is in its pouch. And then there's another variation of it at the bottom of the screen that I used at one time. And this is the best business card I've ever used. And right now they're doing a 50 for 50, or you can get 100 of them, or you can order as many of these you want. It's a great self-promotion. And this is some way that you can show these to customers. Take your lens cleaning cloth out, clean somebody's glasses, clean their phone, fold it back up, put it back in the pouch and hand it to them and just say, hey, you want to buy some of these with your logo on it? I've actually made 10 or 12 sales by making that pitch right on the spot. Now, I'm talking about doing control by using a tactical acquisition plan. I talked about my friend David Blaze. There he is on the screen right now. He's got a whole program that he sells. It's not for free, but it will help you learn how to do customer acquisition. That means to get new customers. It'll teach you how to do contact, meeting, idea, follow-up, close, satisfaction. If you're not using programs like that, you need to, because tactical selling, which we will teach you how to do in customer acquisition, is how you always have constant orders in your pipeline. You can get a sample video from David at smarteqp.com. Now, I use shipping and product delays to control customers. Back, 4 months ago, I knew that bags were going to be a problem, plastic bags for a vet I deal with and a storage warehouse customer that I had. They had just gotten bags in, and I just said, hey, let's place reorders for them. I don't know when they're ever going to have the polymer back in to make these bags. And I instantly sold 2 orders right then, because it did take 3 months to do those bags. I'm not going to tell you the supplier did them. It's not their fault. It's just what was going on. But I use shipping and product delays to control customers. I tell them, you can't mess around on this. We've got to be able to place an order now. And that little due to shortages message, I include those in my emails or my when I try and contact people, because I don't want them to be blindsided when I say it's going to be 3 months on the bag. And they do. I said, I told you about that. I'm not kind of an I told you so person, but that's closed orders for me. And Quickie is just such a wonderful supplier. They have eco coasters, they have event badges. I mean, you can just get any type of thing that you're trying to sell, rush people up by telling them about product shipment delays. Now, if you're looking for 2002 printed catalogs, a lot of suppliers are not making them anymore. Southern Plus, which I love, I talked to you about Brandon Craig doing that presentation for you about broken umbrellas, chairs, etc. They have I talked to you about their drinkware. They have blankets, they have umbrellas that don't blow back. If you'd like to have a Southern Plus catalog, it's order entry at southernplus.com. Here are 3 other suppliers. Edwards, I told you about Brett Guerin doing that presentation for you. He's the best I've ever seen. He and Brandon Craig at Southern Plus. It's B. Guerin at edwardsgarment.com for those catalogs. Trainer, who I've shown you a couple of free screen charges from, that does napkins, cups, stir sticks, plates. Janelle M at trainergraphics.com. And I've talked about logo mats. I talk about them all the time. M. Wadsworth at logomatsllc.com for their catalog. Cloth Promotions has a printed catalog. It's tyler.r at clothpromotions.com. Bensel, who has the Smash Lights, see Madlock at bensel.com. And Sticker U, I talked to you about, does the one sticker. It's promo at stickeru.com. And they don't mess around. I put on there that these catalogs will go out. They're sent in time. That means you get them. You don't have to wait a month for them to show up. Now, I start control off. I should have put this probably in the first slide, but what I do is I start control by eliminating bad clients. I don't let cheap buyers control me. instead of catering to require clients that are hard to deal with and he bids, blah, 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 I forget about them. I look for full price buyers. If I've got people that have been pushing me around, I fire them. That means I just stop doing business with them. Just like on the membership plaques right here. Burlacamp makes these. They're a great little inexpensive plaque for membership for chamber thank you gifts, neighborhood associations. People don't know that Burlacamp makes these. Sales at burlacamp.com for those samples. But if somebody said to me, well, I don't want to pay $6 for Burlacamp's plaque because I can get it for $4 somewhere else, I just say, fine, buddy, just go buy them from them. You know what? See what you get, because Burlacamps will be better quality. Cheap buyers don't understand that, so don't fool with them. Now, I've talked about David Blaze. He has a smart EQP program that you also, besides getting preferential supplier pricing, you get to become part of a community. I belong to AIM, which is the community that you belong to. That's part of the smart EQP program. And I learned creative selling approaches when being part of a community. Every day, there's like 15 or 20 posts from people that also belong to this that are looking for products, giving selling advice. And I'm sitting here doing this webinar for you, and I think I'm good at this, but I watch those emails or those responses for distributors asking for different help from different ones, and I think, my gosh, Don, as long as you've been doing this, you're learning something. And I just think it's a wonderful program. It's like $75 a month. If you can't afford that, my honest opinion is you don't need to be doing this. And I've put this in to clarify a few things regarding the Smart EQP program. They do give you preferential pricing from over 100 suppliers, but it's not for everyone. If you're brand new on this, or you're selling based on price or value, or if you're a price cutter yourself, you do not need the Smart EQP program. But if you want to make money and you want to learn how to sell, not only do you get preferential pricing, but you will learn how to compete with people. And the reason that selling cheap is not good, it's not good for suppliers because it devalues their work. It's not good for distributors who sell orders because it destroys their profit margins. It's not good for buyers because it teaches them to be cheap. Good. I'm so glad that my dad taught the city of Fort Worth to not be cheap and buy Caterpillar equipment, because they ended up getting a better deal because the machineries lasted longer. My father was not out running around selling them on cheaper prices. And I recommend Smart EQP because it works, it gives me new ideas, and it helps me learn how to sell better. And you can call 800-494-2721, extension 1, and tell them that you heard about this webinar. They're not going to high pressure you or trying to sell you a bunch of stuff. They will try and talk to you and tell you the benefits of this. It's $75 a month, best value I've ever seen in my life. Again, there's a phone number at the bottom of the screen. And I just want to clarify that because it's just not about an EQP program. This is a smart EQP program because it actually helps you do something. Now, here's another cool thing I learned about last week. I know 8-Legged Media pretty well. They have a new Dash, they have these new Dash Connect cards. So if you really want to look cool, they make a plastic card for you with embedded with a chip that has your information in it. You go to an event, someone you want to give them their business card. You have this plastic card in your pocket. You say, well, I tell you what, pull out your phone and just let's tap my card to it, and it'll automatically go into your social media. That's what you do. You take the card, they tap it, and it propagates your social media with your contact details, everything. You want to look sharp, you want to impress people, use this Dash card. It is so, so neat. And there's the 877 number with the extension, or you can email Dash at 8L, that's an L, 8lmedia.com, and they'll send you the information on it. I just learned about this last week, just like the augmented reality I learned about. I'm constantly learning things, and if you don't keep up with this stuff, you're going to be lost to, you're going to lose business to other distributors. I'm just being honest with you. But this is how I control people, as I come up with this kind of stuff, and I come up with it before other people do. And I want to talk to you about elections. I'm so sick of elections. I can't stand it. But I sell a lot of mats from Logo Mats for elections. Working elections is zero pressure networking. I get to go meet like-minded people. I have stolen accounts from people because I've asked them who they're buying from, who they vote for, and they'll go, well, Don, I don't know. And I said, well, I heard they voted for this candidate. Are you sure? And I'm just kidding. I don't know, but I have actually gotten business from people. But Logo Match makes political fundraising match. You can even get them personalized with a contributor's name. And if you need information on that, it's M. Wadsworth at logomatchllc.com. It's a great way to network, to find customers, and to also sell products. Now, I've talked about Edwards before. It's going to be my last pitch on Edwards, but Edwards X is exclusive custom clothing, and you control customers by sending on marketing trends. And I think there's a 2022 trend report from Bishop. Bishop just became Edwards X. I didn't take that Bishop off of there, but they will do custom drawings for you, for your customers, and you can show them. And if you want to control people, be an expert. That's how you own your customers. Remember, Brett Garden told me that. Contact him about doing some custom drawings of products or clothing for your customers. I'm almost finished here, so stay with me. I'm going to speed up. Rush orders create a lot of business. If you want to control people, you get to doing their rush orders for them. I like last minute people, pants on fire people, because they've got to have the product. They've got to have it now. And my average profit on rush orders was 55%. So selling rush order eliminates clients that are not real buyers, because if somebody's on a deadline and they've got to have it, they will pay it. Another $5 off an order coupon for that Distributor Central that I talked about before. Sell rush orders. That's where you control customers. Now, another fast supplier I've talked to is Sticker U. They do iron-ons, they do pouches, labels, decals, stickers, tattoos. There's a 15% off a self-promotion order from Sticker U. That's where you only have to buy one. You can go to check out their website. They have the coolest stickers, labels that you can find in the industry. And I'm back for my last pitch on my promo sales training group, Don at sellpromoproducts.com. If you want an invite to this, we want happy people only. We do training, and we're not supplier bashing. If you will use the suppliers I've talked about in this website, there's nothing to bash about, because they always treat you right. Now, here are all the emails from everybody I've talked about in the webinar. I believe that every one of these emails is correct. I've looked at them as close as I can, but if you want bottled water samples, it's Brian at alexissprings.com. If you want those knife buyer's guides or some samples of those knives, it's Dan Keelman or D. Keelman at AmericanMadeCutlery.com. There's the badge reel samples from Innovation Line. There's Brett Guerin's email again. There's Tiffany's email if you'd like to ask her some questions, or she can send you directly a presentation she's done, like a little 8 to 10 minute thing, like similar to the one she showed you, which is really cool. And the Smart EQP program from David at smarteqp.com. Email him and get some information, or call him. I'm telling you, if you're not doing that, you're behind. And Dash connection cards, or dash at almedia.com. But I'm going to leave this up over here on the screen if you'd like to copy down the email addresses. And if you'd like to have a replay of the webinar, if you will just email me, I will send you the replay. I'll have to download it. It'll take a few minutes to do it. And if you'll send me your email, I'll send you the replay, and I will also send you that information on how to join that Facebook training page. And I guarantee you will. Dave and I will try and help you on that. But please check out that Smart EQP program and the bottled water. The bottled water bugs me because people don't know that about those freight differential. They don't know about the differences in how the suppliers will not be honest with you on the freight. And the bottled water suppliers that do city water, they're sure as heck not going to admit their water does not taste as good as Alexis Springs. But that's a good way to defend your price. Is, hey, I know you can get that bottled water cheaper, but you want sewer water. So I've pitched that bottled water as hard as I can. I want to thank you for being here today with Tiffany and I. We'll have a webinar next month. But email me at don@sellpromoproducts.com. and take advantage of the offers here. If you'll email those suppliers and say, Sanders told me you do this for me, they will. So I hope you have a great day, and I hope springtime comes early for you. And if you have any questions, send me an email, and I'll talk to you when I can. Thanks.